Dr. Santosh and everyone here. Welcome, Honorable Dr. Professor Rao Madam, uh, and also सर्व पार्टिसिपेंट्स सुद्धा पुन्हा एकदा या आजच्या शेवटच्या सेशनमध्ये मनपूर्वक स्वागत आहे. डॉक्टर Rao ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Professor Rao would be speaking on cyber security. She is currently a professor. She is working as a professor in DPU Pune, that is Dr. D.Y. Patil University, Pune, in Computer Science and Engineering Department. And he is an authority on cyber security. I would request Jyoti Rao, Madam, to introduce herself and begin the session. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, before starting my session, I would like to share my PPT. I'll share my screen. Then in the PPT itself, I have put about myself. So, is my screen visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just play the PPT. Give me a second. Okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, visible, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Our today's session is about cyber security challenges in Industry 4.0. So many of you are already aware about cyber security and cyber forensic, all those terms. So today we'll see something new in cyber security. What new trend is going on in cyber security and what is the need of it. Okay. So first I'll start about introduction about myself. I am Dr. Jyoti Rao. I'm working as professor in computer engineering in Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pimpri, Pune. I have total 21 years of experience in computer engineering. I am approved PhD guide in SPPU, chairman for cyber security in SPPU. Then I'm board of studies member for DPU for artificial intelligence and data science branch. I have more than 34 research papers in reputed journals. I have authored 2 technical books. I have 2 patents published and 1 Australian patent is granted. And my area of research is cyber security. So why cyber security? You all know cyber security is used everywhere. When we are using computer, of course, we log in with some password. It means we need security. No, I don't want anyone else to use my PC. Just imagine that you are on an internet that is connected with thousands and lakhs of PCs, servers. Okay, just imagine how much secured is your PC. If you are connected to internet, it means you are prone or you are vulnerable for attacks. Okay, so as an engineer, you all should be aware what are how to keep your PC secure. You all have antivirus on your PC. You all have passwords for different applications, different apps, or say files. That is the general security measures you all take. Okay, then what different are we going to study today? Basically, cyber security is defined intersection of, you must have heard words like computer security, network security, information security. So it's cyber security can term as combination of all these 3. Okay, that means you're going to secure the data, you're going to secure the network and also your PC, also your information. So cyber security is a domain problem and not the domain solution. Thus, it seeks solution from other area. Traditionally, what does security mean? It's you might have heard about words like cryptography, secrecy, authentication. What are all those things? Secrecy means confidentiality. Like if I'm sending some data to anyone, I want confidentiality in that. That is, my data should be read only by me and the person intended to receive. So that is usually achieved by cryptography. Then is the word, some term called as authentication. Authentication means what? Authentication means if I am authorized to use that system, only I should be able to do it. Okay. Then the term non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means if I'm sending some file to anyone or email to anyone, the person should not be able to deny that he has not received it. Okay. Usually if I send mail to anyone and I don't have any proof that the person whom I have sent has received it. In WhatsApp, when we are using WhatsApp, usually we have that facility of blue tick. If I read, if the person who has received the message has put 2 ticks, it means he has received it. Okay, but in email that is not supported. Like we don't get any confirmation that the mail is read or not. Okay, in Outlook, I had made an when I was in doing my ME, that time I had made one plugin for Outlook, which solved this problem of non-repudiation. It was a sponsored project for BMC software. Then the next term is integrity. Integrity means whatever data you have, it should not be changed in between. Okay, matlab, the data has to follow the integrity. You must have heard about, like, I think you all have already attended session for blockchain. So blockchain is basically used for integrity purpose. So again, cyber security is an evolving domain. You must have heard about zero-day attack. Anyone like other terms familiar to you? Zero-day attack. It means what? Today only that type of attack has occurred, and today only it is known. It doesn't have any known pattern. Okay, so so it is said that cyber security is an evolving domain. Even the hackers are very smart. They study many different techniques to hack the PC, hack the network. Okay, steal the data. So it's an evolving domain. And again, it's an endless game. It is never stopping. It can never happen that today, okay, now my system is full-fledged. My technology is full-fledged and it's over. Now I don't have to do anything else. My computer is my network, my computer is totally secure. It will never happen. Okay, so it's an endless game. And it has plenty of data. Initially, when we were using PCs, when we were doing our BE and ME, that time, like, it was limited data. Even we had not heard about the term big data. Why is it so? Because nowadays, the data used is so huge. Even the network is handling such a huge data. So our traditional system, like firewall, intrusion detection system was there to check this data, is failing because of this huge data. Then what is the solution for that? Okay, so solution for that is machine learning. We'll see why. So this is about modern cyber security. It deals with abstract threats which cannot be solved only by using mathematical model. Here, mathematical model, I'm using this word for cryptography. Cryptography and authentication algorithm, hashing algorithms, all this comes under mathematical model. Okay, if you're not aware about the word mathematical model, just keep it in mind that cryptography, authentication algorithms and all, that comes under mathematical model. So that was traditional way. So now there are many malware detection, intrusion detection, data leakage. Okay, so these are the recent problems which we are facing. So it needs other research method. So there comes the concept of machine learning. So the concept of learning in a ML system is improving with experience at some task. Means improve over the task T with respect to performance P based on the experience E. I assume that you all already have attended machine learning session before this. So what is basically machine learning, AI? These are the very like hot words used nowadays. Data mining, machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning. Okay, then why not introduce all these things for cyber security, which will solve our problem. See, in my session for next 1.5 hours, I will be introducing you some terms, okay, about cyber security and how machine learning can be used there. Okay, I won't go in detail that which algorithm is used and how it works, because that will be too technical, and assuming that today is a mixed crowd, I'm not going in technical things about machine learning. Okay, so it is just a gist for you all to have a research orientation. Like if many of you must have used cyber security or must have done some projects in cyber security. So this is the area, that is machine learning with cyber security. This is the area which will help you for some more research. It's an upcoming area. Okay, already few people have worked, but there is a lot of scope to work in this area. So these are some Google definitions. Artificial intelligence is defined as the theory and development of computer system able to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence. Whatever human can do, that we are making our computer system to do. That is artificial intelligence. Robot also, what is robot? It's artificial intelligence. Whatever human being is able to do, that we are asking computer to do. Okay, and then what is machine learning? Machine learning is a subfield of AI. The pioneer Arthur Samuels promoted the term ML in 1959. Okay, but we are using it, we are more much aware of this term nowadays. Okay, so he says field of study that gives computer the ability to learn without explicitly programmed. Means, see, we write a program. Why do we write a program? We write a program so as to make our computer do some work for us. Okay, then accordingly the computer does the work for us. In ML, what happens is we make our computer learn by experience. Okay, we artificially make the computer or the computer system to learn some things. So some data is provided, some algorithms are applied on it, and automatically, see, whatever I'm telling in layman's language for you to understand. Okay, so data is provided. Okay, using the data, the computer is learning something depending upon the patterns. There are different types of learning techniques: supervised learning, unsupervised learning. I won't go in detail about that. But in short, what you are doing is you are making computer learn by experience. Okay, so how it will be applied in computer cyber security? Cyber security also, see, many attacks happen. So what we can do is we can make the attack happen and will make the computer understand that if so and so pattern is occurring, it means it is an attack. If it is not, then it is a normal action. Okay, so we are making our computer understand. So this is a very nice lines I found. If intelligence is a cake, the bulk of cake is unsupervised learning, and the icing on the cake is supervised learning. This is the term which you will understand if you know supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. It's those are the terms of machine learning. If you are not aware, doesn't matter. Still, you will understand the concepts of today's presentation. These were the words by Facebook AI chief Jan LeCun. Okay, so information security and machine learning taxonomy. So what is the problem domain over here? Information security The problem we need to solve is malware detection, intrusion detection, spam mitigation, and many other. Okay, so what is the solution we are giving to this is, we are giving solution by machine learning, from which solutions are drawn. Okay, we can use artificial neural network, we can use decision trees, and many on. Okay, I'll explain you with examples in the same PPT. I hope everything is going fine. My slides are moving further.
Yeah, ma'am. No problem.
Okay. So applications of machine learning in cyber security. So there are multiple applications, actually not limited to this. I will show you some more applications of machine learning in cyber security. So the first is cyber threat identification. Second is AI-based antivirus software. Third is user behavioral model. Then fighting AI threat and email monitoring. So we'll see each of them in detail. Actually, cyber security is a critical part of any company. Not only companies, but even government needs top-class cyber security to make sure that the data remains private and is not hacked or leaked to anyone. Okay, so that is a need of today. And with increasing popularity of artificial intelligence and machine learning, these technologies are even becoming key players in the field of cyber security. So machine learning has many applications in cyber security, including identifying cyber threat, improving available antivirus software, fighting cyber crime, okay, by using all the AI capabilities. Okay, so first point is cyber threat identification. So again, as we discussed, that cyber security is very important component of all companies. After all, if a hacker manages to enter the system, then that is a big problem. Okay, so what do we need to do for this is, the most difficult component of cybersecurity is finding out the connection request. See, in any companies, if you see, there are servers, many servers tries to connect, many employees also, the company employees try to connect to the network of that company. Okay, and it comes through a virtual network. Okay, and it is managed by some professional at the company level. But nowadays what is happening is, it is very difficult to find out the legitimate user. Why? Because it may happen that thousands of requests are coming and the professional which at the company level is not able to identify whether it is a legitimate request or any suspicious request. Okay, so the most difficult component of cyber security is finding out if the connection request into the system are legitimate, and any other suspicious looking activities such as receiving and sending large amount of data are work of professional in the company for some cyber threat. So a cyber threat identification system that is powered by AI and ML can be used to monitor all outgoing and incoming calls, as well as all requests to the system that monitors suspicious activity. So Versiv is an artificial intelligence vendor that produces cyber security software in conjunction with AI. So you can note this word Versiv. This is a tool used by many companies. Okay, so it is used to identify that whether whatever incoming data is coming is or request is coming is legitimate. Okay, so how does it do it? It already has some training data set, and depending on that, it will understand whether the incoming requests are legitimate or not. The second term is AI-based antivirus software. So antivirus software is not new to us. We are already using it. Then what is this AI-based antivirus software? See, how does antivirus software work basically? antivirus software work on the basis of signature. There is a pattern of that virus. If this is the virus, then एक कोई virus मतलब क्या होता है? Virus is a code. Okay, the code is introduced into our PC and it will start malfunctioning. Okay, so that happens if a virus comes into our PC and antivirus detects that virus and removes it. That is the role of traditional antivirus. Then what is this AI-based antivirus? So antivirus software that is integrated with machine learning tries to identify any virus or malware by its abnormal behavior. So it doesn't depend upon the signature. मतलब वो कोड जो है उसको डिटेक्ट नहीं करेगा. Whatever action your virus is taking, okay, depending on that, your antivirus will understand that this is something abnormal behavior and the virus has come into our PC. I hope you are understanding the difference between traditional antivirus and AI-based antivirus. In traditional, it was just कोई मतलब डैमेज होने की बात समझ में आएगा कि वायरस आया है और वायरस ने ये डैमेज किया है. Okay, but AI-based antivirus, what it will do, once the virus enters your PC and it starts damaging your PC, by the action itself, it will understand that this is something abnormal. Okay, and the action itself is attacked at that time by the antivirus over there, and it is stopped. So it is stopping from the damage. Okay, it is stopping from the damage, and your PC is safe. So that is the benefit of AI-based antivirus software. So Cylance is a software company that has created a smart antivirus that learns how to detect viruses or malware from scratch. Okay, and thus does not depend on identifying the signatures to detect them. Then the next is user behavioral model. See, now you all use authentication for your, say, taking at your ATM. If you have online net banking, you use your passwords. Okay, then there are different RFID tags, magnetic cards. Okay, all those are used for authentication purpose. So passwords are there. It is used for authentication by predefined username and password. What is the disadvantage of that? It is hard to remember many passwords. Passwords may be copied, cracked, or stolen. Okay. Then the next is token. So you can have some card with you. Okay. So by showing that, like we have card at our college also, like we show that card and we are allowed to enter. Even in companies, usually they have every employee has a card. By swapping that card, the doors are opened for them. Okay, or your credit card and all is an example of that. Then biometric, you give your biometric signature, like your thumbprint or your iris or your face. All is used. It is used for authentication. It is expensive and limited availability. Then biometric voice, even vocal patterns are checked, but the accuracy is limited with illness and background noise. Then biometric iris, again it has its own drawback, that is it is expensive. Accuracy problem for diabetic patient because iris, the size of the iris may change for diabetic patient. Then secure ID, that is ID number which are constantly generated, that is by RSA secure ID, but it can be stolen or lost. Just imagine, okay, if there is a system, there is an organization or there is a system which has one secret password, or if they are using any one of this, मतलब card है या तो palm से है या तो voice से है या तो iris से है or secure ID, whatever. Okay, if the person itself, he is kidnapped. Okay, he is kidnapped, and if he is forcefully asked to type the password, obviously it is very easy to crack that password by software also. But if the person is kidnapped itself, just assume that he is kidnapped itself and he is typing the password, or he is showing the card, or he is giving the fingerprint or the palm print, or he is speaking something, the password, or his eyes. Okay, so all these patterns, all these methods is very easy to be hacked if that person is available. Forcefully, you can ask him to do it. But what if you're using ML technology in it? Now see, say if I am Jyoti, I have my own style. Okay, when I am happy, the way of typing my keyboard or way of clicking the mouse is different for me. Okay, for other person it may be different. For the third person it may be different. But I have my own characteristics. Okay, so when I am clicking my keyboard, it has some pattern. Okay, when I'm clicking the right button of my mouse, I have some pattern. Left button, I have some pattern. When I'm happy, my pattern is different. When I'm sad, my pattern is different. When I'm puzzled, my pattern is different. If I'm under pressure, my pattern may be different. Okay, so if your computer is trained for my patterns, okay, my happy pattern, my sad patterns, my under pressure pattern, immediately if I am kidnapped and I am asked forcefully to enter my, he will understand that this is something abnormal and the user is entering the password under some pressure. Okay, so that pattern is recognized immediately if I'm using ML in it. I hope the concept is getting clear to you. So this is the way one of my students have already implemented this project, keystroke biometric. He has done for keyboard. Okay, then it can also be done for mouse-based device biometric or application biometric. Okay, so users' pattern are given to the PC, and then the PC is trained to understand the legitimate user or the password be hacked हुआ ना. If password is hacked, leave about kidnapping. If the password is hacked, if someone else gets my password, okay, and if he is trying to enter, he will understand that this is not Jyoti. Okay, and immediately the person is caught. So that is the use of machine learning for authentication purpose. There is another example, Darktrace, that uses machine learning to identify the normal behavior patterns of all the users in the system by analyzing network traffic information. So fighting AI threat. What does this term mean? Even the hackers, see, as I'm telling you that as a software engineer or as a cyber security professional, I should use ML to train my computer, to make my computer aware that what is normal and what is abnormal. But obviously, even the hackers are aware of all these terms. So even the hackers are using ML, AI for hacking our PC. They're trying to understand the pattern. Okay, they study the pattern of the users and they try to attack our PC. Okay, so fight fire with fire. So if the attacker is using AI/ML, even we will use AI/ML. Okay, have you heard about NotPetya attack? You all must have heard about this NotPetya attack, which occurred something in 2017. Okay, what was it? It was an attack which utilized Eternal Blue. Okay, Eternal Blue is a software hole in Microsoft. Okay, so by using a loophole of Microsoft Windows, this attack was done. So NotPetya infected the computer systems of Maldives, that is a company name, disrupting the company email system, file access, logistics for many weeks. And for your information, when this company, after all the things settled down, when this company claimed for insurance, even the insurance company denied, because it comes under they are saying even cyber attacks and all these things come under war. Okay, so even they denied for it. So it was a very dangerous attack at that time. And there's one term called as Petya attack. Okay, in Petya attack also what happens, it is very simple, like same thing like NotPetya, but Petya is the original one, NotPetya is a version of it. But what happens in this attack? For your information, I'm telling about you this Petya and NotPetya. In this attack, what happens? The attacker attacks the PC. It tries to gain access to all the data on that PC and it encrypts it. Okay, it encrypts it and then it will ask for some ransom from the owner, that if you give this so and so amount, then only I'll give you the password for decrypting the data. If not so, then your data will be deleted. Okay, that happened in Petya. But in NotPetya, what happened? Though the ransom amount was paid to the attacker, your data has whatever is damaged. It cannot be recovered. So that was a great loss at that time. Okay, so that was about NotPetya. This type of attacks can get even more devastating in the future with the help of artificial intelligence, machine learning, unless cyber security software also use the same technology. So what happened? Even the attacker, they studied the pattern of that organization, of the server, okay, and then it found out that there is a loophole. Just give me a second. So मी session मध्ये आहे, कॉल करते मी तुम्हाला. हां 5 वाजता सांगते मी, करते. So these types of attacks are more devastating. Why? Because even the attacker is using ML and AI. So obviously, as a software professional, we should be able to counter-attack those by using AI ML again to avoid those attacks. An example of this is CrowdStrike. See, all these terms, I'm not going in detail, but I'm introducing you. So if you're interested, you can just Google and then go in detail about all these things. Okay. So it's an example, CrowdStrike, a cyber security technology company that uses Falcon platform, which is a security software imbued with artificial intelligence to handle various cyber attacks. Okay. So if you have any doubt, if you want to ask any doubt, you can stop me then and there, okay? It's happening one way, but the concept is such that it would be great if it is interactive. So email monitoring. Again, monitor the official email account of employees in the company to prevent cyber security attacks such as phishing. What happens? In every employee has their own email ID of that company. It may happen that an attacker sends a fraudulent email to the employees and asking them some crucial information such as their banking credential, credit card credential, or say company password. Okay, and if the employee falls prey to it, all his credential are now with the attacker, and now the attacker can play with whatever he wants. Like if he gives a company password, the attacker is able to log into the company system. So that is about, like, even the, like, obviously every employee that is that intelligent that it will they should be able to understand which is fraudulent email and which is legitimate mail. It is understood, But nowadays they articulated it such a way that it is very difficult to understand that which is legitimate and which is a fraudulent email. Okay, so cyber security software along with machine learning can be used to avoid these phishing traps by monitoring the employee's professional email to check if any features indicate the cyber security threat. So what happens here? We can apply ML, machine learning, with natural language processing so that every email the company is receiving, it is scanned. We don't, the company should not depend upon the employee to understand whether it is fraudulent or legitimate. Okay, so if I'm applying ML at this end, it will be scanning all the emails. It will be seeing the pattern of the email. If it is any suspicious pattern, it is stopped there and there. Okay, so Tessian is a famous software company that provides email monitoring software that can be used to check if an email is a phishing attempt or a data breach. So again, as we have already introduced about phishing, so phishing, traditional phishing detection technique alone lacks the speed and accuracy to detect and differentiate between harmless and malicious URL. Okay. Now one more thing. In cyber security, speed and accuracy is very important. Why is it so? If I'm saying I'm introducing ML in it to detect the abnormal behavior and understand whether it is a legitimate behavior or legitimate request or legitimate mail. Okay, I should understand it in perfect time. If it is delayed, then the damage will already happen. Okay, so this non-legitimate or fraudulent things should be detected at proper time. Okay. Then the largest ML algorithm, that is predictive URL classification models, can identify pattern that reveals malicious email. Okay. To do this, the models are trained on features such as email header, body data, punctuation patterns, and more to classify and differentiate the malicious form and from the harmless. Okay, so same thing, like what exactly, here I have gone into a bit detailing that what exactly is done by ML. It uses algorithm such as predictive URL classification. Now I'm well aware that you are not into all these terms, so it is just an introductory. If you are interested, you can go into detail about it. Then web shell. Okay, web shell is a piece of code that is maliciously loaded into website to provide access to make modification on the web root directory of the server. SQL attack and all, you must have heard about SQL attack. It means a query is run onto the database, a malicious query, by which you get the access to the database of that organization and which has some crucial data. So this is similar to it. Web shell is a piece of code that is maliciously loaded into a website to provide access and to make modification on the web root server directory of the server. Okay, so this allows attacker to gain access of database, which in turn enables the bad actor to collect personal information. Okay, so by using ML, a normal shopping cart behavior can be detected and the model can be trained to differentiate between normal and malicious behavior. Okay, so if any code is being introduced into your website, your ML software will be able to identify it that no, this is not normal. So it will stop it then and there. Okay, so user behavioral analytics, it again comes under the same thing, which forms a supplementary layer to standard security measures to provide complete visibility, detect account compromises, and mitigate and detect malicious or anomalous insider activity. Okay, so AI can be used over here. Then by using ML algorithms, patterns of user behavior are categorized to understand what constitutes a normal behavior and to detect abnormal activity. So even see, in an organization, there are limited employees. So their pattern also can be given to the system. And if any other user is trying to log in, it is but understood. Like say if any employee's password is hacked, okay, and that attacker is trying to log in at late night or from any remote place which is usually not used by the employee, or if the user is trying to download number of things, it means your system should be able to identify that this is not a normal activity, and it will alarm at that moment itself. Okay, so if an unusual action is made on a device on a given network, such as an employee logging late at night, inconsistent remote access, or an unusually high number of downloads, the action and the user is given a risk score based on the activity patterns and time. Any questions till now? Any doubts, or is it okay? Am I too fast? Okay, no problem. Then we have spam mail. Okay, so traditional method is to block spam mails, but the modern method by using ML is to solve using supervised learning approach. So naive-Bayes algorithm is one of the most well-known supervised algorithm. Okay, then design algorithm for training and testing model by naive-based algorithm for spam filtering is used. So that is a proper way of filtering the spam instead of just blocking it. Okay, sometimes you must have seen nowadays what happens. You have some spam mails, and by mistake many times it happens that some good mail like legitimate mail goes into spam box. Okay, that will be avoided if you use this naive-Bayes algorithm for training the data set or for spam filtering. Okay, so intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system, those are already being used since many years to analyze data packets and determine whether it is an attack or not. But if ML, now the data is increased, so if I apply ML in it, it is easy for IDS and IPS to detect ML. So a lot of research is going on in this area, that is IDS and IPS with ML. If you are interested, you can just search for some papers, research papers in this area. You will find a lot of literature available in this area. So after analyzing part, the system is able to take some precautions according to the result. Okay. Then IDS, IPS can be considered as two main categories based on operational logic, that is signature based IDS and anomaly based IDS. So signature based IDS, it cannot detect zero-day attack. I have already introduced you about zero-day attack. Then anomaly based IDS, it can detect zero-day attack, but it can create false alarm. Okay, false alarm means what? It was not an attack, but it was shown as an attack. Okay, so that is false alarm. And zero-day attack means that attack happens on that day and the pattern is understood on that same day. Okay, that pattern was not previously done. So these are the challenges. Okay, so disadvantage of these type of approach is that attacker can produce network traffic intelligently and they can bypass IDS IPS system. And another disadvantage is that high false alarm rate can occur. Okay, so that are the challenges faced now. So it can be overcome by hybrid detection approach. Both techniques have advantages and disadvantages. To combine advantages in an efficient way and eliminate disadvantages completely, some hybrid approaches are developed. A part of detection mechanism is working with supervised algorithm and another part is working on unsupervised algorithm. So SNOT is a free and open source network intrusion prevention system and network intrusion detection system and is used all over the world. So note this word SNOT. You can surf on in detail about this. SNOT's open source network-based intrusion detection system has the ability to perform real-time traffic analysis and packet logging on internet protocol network. So Andromoli is an app. It is lightweight, host-based intrusion detection system for Android-based devices. So this is just introductory part, but it is, you can anytime go in detail about that. That is Andromoli. Okay. It provides real system monitoring, collection, pre-processing, and analysis of various system metrics. It's open framework, possible to apply different types of detection techniques. Threat assessments are weighted and smoothed to avoid instantaneous false alarm. An alert is matched against a set of automatic manual countermeasures. So these are some snapshots which I have taken. Of course, I know just by seeing the snapshot, it is very difficult to understand, but you can try using it. Now, what are the evaluation measures? How do we evaluate whether our software is working right or not? So it is false acceptance rate, the ratio between the number of attacks that were erroneously labeled as authentic interactions and total number of attacks. Means sometimes what happens, attacks happen. I'll read out it again. The ratio between number of attacks that were erroneously labeled as authentic interaction. मतलब attack हुआ है और उसको authentic label दिया है. Okay. And by total number of attacks. Okay. So that was false acceptance. मतलब वो attack था फिर भी उसको authentic करके label दिया. Okay. That is one of the evaluation measure. And the other is false rejections rate. Again, obviously it is well self-explanatory. The ratio between number of legitimate interactions that were erroneously labeled as attack and the total number of legitimate interactions. Means the interaction was legitimate, but it was labeled as attack. Okay. So this has to be reduced. These both things should be less. Then only we can say our software is working properly. Then is the spear phishing. This I think we have already done with it. We were left with what is the ML solution for spear phishing. The cyber security provides Barracuda network developed by an engine based on machine learning to analyze unique communication patterns without human interference, depending on customer nature of business and requirement. Okay. Then as disclosed by the company, in real time, engine studies communication pattern of anomalous signals and administrator is notified with the details of spear phishing attack. So these are the example of how to use ML solution for this spear phishing. Then water hole also we have already studied what is water hole. It is cyber attack targeting a particular organization with malware is installed on website. Okay. Then what is the ML solution for watering hole? Cyber defense service provider Palandian provided proprietary risk VU platform to efficient counter water hole attack. So what it is, actually it is a combination between AI and big data analytics. The watering hole attack requires simultaneously analysis of data from proxy, email traffic and pockets. Okay, then data pockets, then risk VU is a big data analytics platform applying analysis from multiple sources such as AI-based study, helps to visualize a single view on attack. So this is the solution. And this also we have already discussed, I guess, when we discussed about web shell. So statistics of a normal shopping cart behavior can be detected and machine learning model can be trained to identify normal behavior and malicious behavior. Then identified malicious file can be executed on a monitored standalone system in order to train the model further. These machine learning algorithms can be used to preemptively identify web shells and isolate them from system before they exploit the system. So immediately, if we are using machine learning algorithm, immediately it is detected that this is something non-legitimate or something suspicious, and it is separated at that time itself. So due to the nature of web shell attack, also noted as fileless attack, cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike developed Falcon to detect fileless web shell attack that rely on advanced vulnerability instead of traditional malware. So ransomware also, when we discussed about this NotPetya, it was similar to it. So what is the ML solution for that? Neural network and deep learning algorithms can be used to detect unknown ransomware if data set can be trained to properly analyze micro behaviors of ransomware attack. Basically, a large set of ransom files with an even larger set of clean files are required for this training process. So see what happens when these attacks happens. Okay, at that time we can't train, we can't make our system prone to all these attacks and then train it. What we can do is we can provide with some dummy attacks and then train our system. Okay, so once our system is trained, immediately by using deep learning algorithms, it understands that at the micro level, the behavior of the ransomware attack. The task of algorithm is to find some key features for each file in the data set. Okay, then those features can be categorized into subset to train the model of the acquired data set. So these are some, I have gone into detail about some machine learning steps. When a ransom file attacks a system, that file can be checked against the trained model and necessary security action can be taken before it encrypts the whole file system or locks access to the computer. See what happened when the NotPetya attack happened. Though later it was detected that some attack has happened. Excuse me. Okay. If that attack would have stopped before the damage, okay, if there was a quick action to detect attack is happening, and if the attack would have stopped then and there, then all the damaged would have been saved. Okay, so ML, if you use ML algorithms for that, it will help in avoiding the damage. So cloud data protection firm Acronis developed a new cyber security solution with the aim of zero-day attack. So Acronis uses machine learning study to analyze scripts. Then remote exploitation. So remote exploitation, which is also referred as remote attack, is a malicious action that targets one or the other network of the computer. Through the vulnerable point of the machine or network, the attacker gains the access of the system. So the target of the remote attack are the exploit and steal sensitive data from the system or damage the targeted computer by introducing malicious software. So what is the solution for remote exploitation? Machine learning algorithm can be used to analyze system behavior and identify abnormal instances which do not correlate with the typical network behavior. Okay, then algorithms can be trained for multiple data sets so that it can track down exploitation payload beforehand. So Juniper network is using machine learning to analyze mountains of data gathered automatically. Machine learning enables automation using algorithms to learn from data and make determinations and predictions. So tools for information retrieval using deep learning is, these are some, there are many, not limited to this, there are many. So conclusion for this is, many current and emerging computers and network security challenges can be solved only by using machine learning techniques, information leakage, data misuse, anomaly detection, and many more. It is very important to understand how to employ machine learning techniques in an efficient way. If your machine is trained in an efficient way, you can avoid all the loss or the damage which happens because of cyber crimes. Okay, so that was all from me. You're welcome with the questions if you have any doubts.
Thank you, madam. Participants, if you have any question, you can raise your hand.
I hope I was not too fast, but as there was no interaction, it was just me speaking. It would be great. If you would like to add something also, it is welcome. It will add to my knowledge.
It is our standard procedure. It is our standard procedure.
Okay,
we ask participants to ask question at the end of the session.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All participants, now we have time.
I know it's the last session. At the end, it is very difficult to concentrate, and that too on the online mode. I do agree.
Yeah.
But it is really very interesting field. If anyone really wants to do research, can step down to this area.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
My students are also doing research in this area.
कोणाला विचारायचा असेल प्रश्न?
ते सुद्धा विचारू शकतात.
हो. आणि मगाशी जसा टाइम क्रंच होता, आता आपल्याजवळ वेळ आहे, तर सगळेच जण असतील, इन्क्लुडिंग आपले हिवराळे सरही दिसतात. हिवराळे सर किंवा कम्प्युटर किंवा त्याचे लोक जे आहेत, खास करून IT चे, प्लीज फील फ्री टू आस्क. वी हॅव इनफ टाइम.
You can even add to my knowledge. It doesn't mean that you just have to ask me. If you have something, to add to it.
Madam, I have one question.
Yes, please.
आपण जे मोबाईल वापरतोय किंवा आपण जे काही इंटरनेट कॉलेजमध्ये वापरतोय त्यावेळेस बऱ्याच वेळा आपण बँकिंग ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स करतो, ते कितपत सुरक्षित असतात?
ऍक्च्युली तुमचा डिव्हाइस सुद्धा जो आहे ना तो सुद्धा कुठला आहे त्याच्यावरती पण असतं. जर आपण नॉर्मल अँड्रॉइड वापरतो इट्स नॉट सेफ ऍक्च्युली युजिंग अँड्रॉइड. अँड इवन इफ यू आर युजिंग युअर कॉलेज पीसी, your administrator of your college has all access. He can observe what you are doing on your PC. Okay, even your email passwords, like this is, I don't know whether it is the right platform, but for your information you should know if you're using your college network or your organization network or your organization PC for any personal work, be aware that it is being observed. It can be observed in detail. Okay, so it is not safe actually.
But there are some certification असतं ना त्याला, ही असं मग ते सेफ नसतं का?
तुम्हाला जर सर्टिफिकेशन करायचे ना तर सायबर फॉरेन्सिकचे खूप चांगले सर्टिफिकेशन्स आहेत आणि त्याची खूप गरज आहे. सायबर फॉरेन्सिक ही अशी फील्ड आहे आता की ज्याच्यात कमी लोक आहे, डिमांड खूप आहे त्याच्यामध्ये, कमी लोक आहेत त्याच्यात, तर त्याचे कोर्सेस आहेत. तर ते तुम्ही जे केलं तर गव्हर्नमेंट सर्व्हिस मध्ये पण आहेत, त्याच्यात ओपनिंग्स आहेत सायबर फॉरेन्सिक साठी.
ओके
मॅडम, मला असा प्रश्न विचारायचा होता.
विचारा.
आपले जे मालवेअर जे असतात सायबर सिक्युरिटी मध्ये, मालवेअर हे कोणत्या मेथडनुसार आपल्याला म्हणजे हॅकिंग करतात?
सर परत सांगता?
मालवेअर जे आहे सायबर अटॅकर, तर ते कोणत्या मेथडनुसार ते आपल्याला म्हणजे अटॅक करतात आपल्या याच्यावर, मेलवर किंवा
मॅलवेअर म्हणजे बघा सर कसं असं, व्हायरस पण आहे, ट्रोजन हॉर्स, हे सगळे मॅलवेअर आहे. म्हणजे ते सॉफ्टवेअर थ्रू आपल्या पीसी मध्ये एंटर करतात, बरोबर. तर ते
त्यांना आपल्याला रिस्ट्रिक्शन काय लावता येईल, म्हणजे आपल्या स्वतःच जर मोबाईलला रिस्ट्रिक्शन असं काही लावता येणार का?
सर ऍक्च्युअली मला कळत नाही तुम्ही काय म्हणताय. आवाज
जे मालवेअर आपल्या वेगवेगळ्या थ्रू सायबर अटॅक करतात आपल्या मोबाईलवर किंवा पीसीवर, त्याला रिस्ट्रिक्शन आपण असं काही असं सॉफ्टवेअर आहे का जे रिस्ट्रिक्टेड करू शकेल?
अच्छा, म्हणजे तुम्ही मोबाईल साठी म्हणताय. अँटीव्हायरसेस, ऍक्च्युअली अँटीव्हायरसेस म्हणजे हे सगळं अवॉइड करू शकतात. आता सध्या आपण जो आपला मोबाईल वापरतोय ना कुठलाही, आता अँड्रॉइड जर आपण वापरतोय ना, अँड्रॉइड हा मोबाईल असा आहे की हा वल्नरेबल आहे, काय कुणी अटॅक आरामशीर करू शकतो. आता सध्या त्यासाठी वेगळे सॉफ्टवेअर जर तुम्हाला सिक्युअर करायचं ना, बेस्ट आयफोन किंवा ऍपलचे जे प्रोडक्ट्स आहेत त्याच्यावरती अटॅक होणं अवघड आहे. कारण अँड्रॉइड हा असा आहे ना की त्याच्यात जसं आता आपण युनिक्स म्हणतो ना, युनिक्स वरती अटॅक्स होत नाही, म्हणजे कमी होतात. पण विंडोज वरती जास्त करून अटॅक्स होतात. तसंच ऍपल वरती होत नाहीयेत, म्हणजे अजून लोकांना त्यांनी शोध लावले नाही थोडक्यात. पण अँड्रॉइड वरती अटॅक करण्यासाठी भरपूर काही अवेलेबल आहे. आता तुम्हीच जर ऍपल स्टोअर मध्ये जाल तर बरेच काही ऍप्लिकेशन मिळतात, आणि मी रेकमेंड करेन की तुम्ही ऍप्लिकेशन जर कुठलं डाउनलोड करत असाल तर विचार करून डाउनलोड करा. आणि हे पण तुम्ही बघितलं असेल, जेव्हा तुम्ही डाउनलोड करता कुठलं ऍप्लिकेशन, it asks for permission to access your camera, your phone, your contact names, everything, and which is actually irrelevant sometimes. Okay, some app, why the need to access camera? So it is not safe to give access to all these apps, and you are agreeing to that agreement. Okay, that I accept. So that is not safe. So avoid unnecessary apps on your Android mobiles that will help you to secure your PC. Then if you don't have any unwanted apps or only secured apps, then you can say your PC is secure, your mobile is secure. Okay, so always avoid unauthenticate this apps. There are many by through which anyone can enter your mobile.
ओके
मॅडम, त्याला स्टॉप करण्यासाठी असं स्पेसिफिक काही आहे का त्याला, म्हणजे
ऍक्च्युली त्याला स्पेसिफिक असं नाहीये, फक्त तुम्ही प्रिकॉशन काय काय घेऊ शकता. कारण आता ही फील्डच अशी आहे ना, असं एक ऍप टाकलं आणि तुमचं पीसी सिक्युअर झालं असं होऊ शकत नाही. कारण रोज नवीन नवीन सॉफ्टवेअर्स येत आहे, रोज नवीन नवीन टेक्निक्स येत आहे अटॅक करायला. त्याच्यामुळे तुम्ही तुमच्या पीसीला असं बनवा ना की जसं म्हणजे आता जसं आपण म्हणतो ना, लहान मुलांना तुम्ही मुलांना तितकं व्यवस्थित बनवा ना की बाहेरचं जर किती वाईट असलं ना तुमचा मुलगा व्यवस्थित राहील. त्याच्यावर संस्कार जसे करा. म्हणजे हे थोडक्यात एक आई म्हणून एक्झाम्पल देते. पण तसंच आपलं पीसी किंवा सॉफ्टवेअर त्याला म्हणजे तुम्ही अनवॉन्टेड, आता जसं पीसी आपला त्याच्यात अनवॉन्टेड ओपन पोर्ट्स ठेवू नका. व्हल्नरॅबिलिटी चेक तुमची पीसीची कायम करत जा. मोबाईल वरती अनवॉन्टेड ऍप्स टाकू नका. ओके, जे तुम्हाला माहिती नाहीये की बाबा हा ऍप खरंच ऑथेंटिकेट आहे की नाही ते टाकू नका. बाकी तर मग असे ऍप्स भरपूर आहेत की तुम्ही ते सांगतील की तुम्हाला काहीतरी अटॅक होते तुमच्या लॅपटॉप वरती किंवा मोबाईल वरती किंवा पीसी वरती, तर तो हे करेल. तर तसे भरपूर आहेत. आता मी आज एक्झाम्पल भरपूर दिलेले आहेत, पण त्याचा अर्थ असं नाही की 100% तुमचं मोबाईल, लॅपटॉप, पीसी हे सिक्युअर्ड आहे. तुम्हाला त्याच्यासाठी एक वेगळं म्हणजे एक व्हल्नरॅबिलिटी चेकअप कायम ठेवावी लागणार. दॅट इज माय पर्सनल. हा सर.
मॅडम मी डॉक्टर पवार बोलतो,
हा सर.
हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मेकॅनिकलला, जीपी औरंगाबादला.
अच्छा.
जसं डॉक्टर चौधरी सरांनी पोषित केलं ना मॅडम, ते नेट बँकिंग करताना पीसीवर वगैरे सेफ राहत नाही, तर त्याच्यामध्ये आपण व्हर्च्युअल की जर वापरली तर सेफ राहील का?
व्हर्च्युअल की म्हणजे नक्की काय म्हणायचं तुम्हाला?
ते बँकेचे ते की देतात ना मॅडम, बँके जर आपण जर ते आपले स्वतःचे न वापर
आहे सिक्युअर्ड. मी असं म्हणतच नाही की मग तसं जर मी जर सिक्युअर्ड नाही म्हटलं तर आपण नेट बँकिंगच बंद करावं लागेल आपल्याला. ते शक्य नाही आपल्याला. वी आर युझिंग इट है ना. नेट बँकिंग आपल्याला युज करावंच लागतं. तर व्हर्च्युअल कीबोर्ड जो आपल्याला देतं ना नेट बँकिंग वाले, दॅट इज मोर सेफ. दॅट इज मोर सेफ.
तेच मला म्हणायचं आहे, ते वापरलं तर मोर सेफ राहील मला असं वाटतं.
येस, इट इज मोर सेफ. ऑलवेज आय रिकमेंड टू यूज व्हर्च्युअल कीबोर्ड. का ते टिक करतो आपण ना त्याच्यावरती, फक्त त्याच्याने माऊसचं मुवमेंट हॅक करणं थोडं अवघड आहे, पण तुमचे कीबोर्डचे कीज चेक करणं सोपं आहे.
मॅडम ते व्हर्च्युअल की फ्रिक्वेंटली ते चेंज पण होतात, त्याचे वर्ड्स वगैरे त्याचे लेटर्स फ्रिक्वेंटली चेंज होत राहतात, त्यामुळे ते ट्रेस होत नाही मला वाटतं.
बरोबर. पण ओटीपी सुद्धा एक सेफ वे आहेच मॅडम, नाही का?
हो, ओटीपी पण सेफ वे आहेच. मी तेच मी म्हणते ना. हे बघ कसं आहे, आता मी समज माझ्या मोबाईलवरून करते, मोबाईल म्हणजे बँक ट्रान्झॅक्शन करते, बँकेने भरपूर सिक्युरिटी प्रोव्हिजन दिलेली आहे जेणेकरून माझं कुठेही हॅक होता कामा नये. त्यांनी म्हणजे चांगली सिक्युरिटी दिलेली आहे. पण जर माझ्या मोबाईलमध्ये जर असे ऍप असतील की जे मी आता पासवर्ड टाईप करते माझ्या मोबाईलच्या याच्यावरून, तर ते सगळं ते कॅप्चर करते, जर असं काही ते ऍपच करत असेल तर मग काय सिक्युरिटी राहिली ना. म्हणजे ऑलरेडी ते सिक्युअर आहे की नेटवर्क ट्रान्झॅक्शन मध्ये कुणी माझं पासवर्ड किंवा हे हॅक करू नाही शकणार, एवढी सिक्युरिटी ती बँकवाले करतात, त्यांचे सिक्युरिटी मेजर्स आहेत. पण जर माझ्या मोबाईल मध्ये जर तसे ऍप्स असतील तर काय उपयोग आहे?
राईट. देवराळे सर, प्लीज आस्क युअर क्वेश्चन.
हो, थँक्यू सर. मॅडम माझा एक प्रश्न असा होता की आपण आता ऍपच्या बद्दल बोललो, म्हणजे आपलं जवळपास 80% वर्क ते ऍप वरतीच चालतंय सध्या. तर असा एखादा प्लॅटफॉर्म तयार झालेला आहे का की ज्या प्लॅटफॉर्म वरती आपण त्या ऍपची क्रेडिबिलिटी किंवा ते म्हणजे वापरण्याला योग्य आहे किंवा नाही असं काही चेक करण्याचा प्लॅटफॉर्म आहे का काही?
नाही, अजून तरी नाही. जसं आपण कसं आहे ना, आता जे आता प्ले स्टोर आहे त्याच्यामुळे त्याच्यात खूप म्हणजे खूप सारे ऍप्स आहेत. तुम्ही बोला आणि त्याचा ऍप आहे असे सध्या, तर ते चेक करणं म्हणजे आता शेवटी आपण तसं काही मेजर काहीच नाही आहे. मी म्हणून म्हणते ना, अवॉइड करा. जर तुम्ही तुमच्या मोबाईलवरती खरंच काही सिक्युअर्ड काही आहे तर अवॉइड करा अनवॉन्टेड ऍप्स डाउनलोड करणं. असं चेक करायला आता आपल्याकडे काही सिस्टीम नाहीये, तर अवॉइड करणं हाच एक पर्याय आहे सध्या तरी. तुमच्या माहितीत असेल तर मलाही सांगा, माझ्या माहितीत तरी नाहीये. आणि सायबर सिक्युरिटी ही फील्ड अशी आहे ना की रोज अपडेट ठेवावं लागणार, रोज काहीतरी नवीन ऍप येतात. तुम्ही जर काल शिकला आहात काहीतरी सायबर सिक्युरिटी मध्ये आणि आज जर काहीतरी क्लेम करताय, यू मे बी रॉंग, असं होऊ शकतं. म्हणून असं काही स्टेटमेंट करणं चुकीचं आहे की हा इट इज फुल्ली सिक्युअर्ड. नॉट पॉसिबल.
मॅडम,
हा सर.
म्हणजे जवळपास समजा आता जर आपण ऍपलचा आयफोन जर सोडला तर गुगलचं सगळं आपलं कंट्रोल करते, म्हणजे क्रोम असो किंवा सगळं 80-90% गुगल कव्हर करतं.
जीमेल अकाउंट, तुमचं जीमेल जे आहे ते सगळं तुमचं डेटा घेत असतं. सिंपल तुम्ही हे बघितलंय का? आणि मी अजून एक रेकमेंड काय करेल, तुम्ही जर पीसी वरती करत असाल नेट बँकिंग, तर बाकीचे जे टॅब आहे ना ते क्लोज करा. युजली मतलब मी तरी ते करते का, तर टॅब टू टॅब डेटा ट्रान्सफर होत असतो. समज तुम्ही असं बघितलं असेल, तुम्ही मेक माय ट्रिप जर एका टॅब वरती ओपन केलंय आणि तुम्ही समज शिमल्याचे सगळे तिकीट्स बघताय आणि हॉटेल्स बघताय, तर तुम्हाला तुमच्या फेसबुक वरती सगळे शिमल्याचे हॉटेल्सचे ऍड्स यायला लागतात. हे तुम्ही बघितलं असेल. किंवा तुम्ही कशाची काही सर्च केलं तर तुम्हाला तुमच्या फेसबुक वरती, जीमेल वरती असे पॉपअप यायला लागतात सगळे, ते त्याचे ऍड्स सगळे यायला लागतात. ते टॅब टू टॅब पण डेटा ट्रान्सफर होत असतो. तर युजली अवॉइड करा की तुम्ही सगळं काही क्लोज करा आधी आणि मग तुमचं ईमेल नेट बँकिंग करा. दॅट इज मोर सिक्युअर.
ओके, एक्सलेंट ऍडवाइस मॅम. अजून कोणी विचारताय?
माझे वडील तर ऍक्च्युली नाहीच करत नेट बँकिंग. तुमचं हे काही खरं नाही होत, कधी माझे सगळे पैसे काढून घेतील सांगता येणार नाही. इतके घाबरतात लोक इंटरनेट. पण इंटरनेट इज अ पॉवरफुल टूल, पण प्रॉपरली यूज केला तर प्रॉपरली यूज करायला पाहिजे. आणि अनवॉन्टेड आपल्याला म्हणजे असं खूप अपिलिंग वाटतं की हे किती छान ऍप आहे, पण त्याचा कधी कधी आता सध्या रिसेंटली खूप लोकांचं ईमेल हॅक होऊन असे मेल पण गेलेले की आय नीड मनी आणि मला खूप पैशाची गरज आहे आणि आता मी तुम्हाला कॉल करू शकत नाही, प्लीज ह्या बँक अकाउंट वरती पैसे ट्रान्सफर करा. मोठ्या मोठ्या लोकांच्या ईमेल हॅक झालेले आहेत आणि प्रोफेशनल ईमेल आयडी हॅक झालेले.
मॅडम माझा एक प्रश्न होता मॅडम. मॅडम डुप्लिकेट फोन नंबर तयार करून ओटीपी मिळू शकतो का हॅकर्स?
नाही करू शकत.
नाही
करू शकत. डुप्लिकेट फोन नंबर नाही मिळू शकत. तो म्हणजे मोबाईल प्रोव्हायडरच देत नाही ते.
अच्छा,
ओके. अजून कोणाला विचारायचं आहे?
मॅडम अजून एक माझा प्रश्न होता की आपण जर ऍप अनइन्स्टॉल करून टाकलं तर सगळ्या परमिशन्स हे होतात का? आपण ज्या परमिशन्स देतोय तो सगळ्या परमिशन तिथे नलिफाय होतात का?
नाही, बंद होऊन जातात. मग त्यांना काय ऍक्सेस नाही राहत अनइन्स्टॉल केलं तर.
अजून एक असं आहे की आपल्या मोबाईल मध्येच परमिशन ग्रँटेडचं एक हे असतं की आपल्याला परमिशन कुठल्या ऍपला किती द्यायच्या, ते जर आपण बंद करून ठेवल्या तर डेटा ट्रान्सफर होतो का?
नाही होणार. मग नाही होणार. पण काही ऍप्स असे आहेत ना की ते तुम्ही परमिशन ग्रांट केल्याशिवाय पुढेच जात नाही. तसं पण तुम्ही बघितलं.
परमिशन इन्स्टॉल करताना परमिशन त्याला देऊ शकतो आणि त्यानंतर मग सेटिंग मध्ये जाऊन त्याच्या परमिशन काढून घ्यायचे.
तसेच आहे.
जेव्हा आपल्याला वापरायचं त्याच वेळेस ते वापरायच्या. फक्त काय होईल की आपल्याला प्रत्येक वेळी आपल्याला करेल
तर ते ऍप वापरता नाही येत आपल्याला. आपल्या ऍप राहील, परमिशन डिसेबल केल्या ना तर ते ऍप आपण ओपन केल्यानंतर पुन्हा परमिशन मागतं ते.
मग त्यावेळेस पुन्हा एकदा परमिशन द्यायचं, आपलं काम करून घ्यायचं आणि पुन्हा परमिशन काढून टाकायचं.
चालू शकतं पण तरी पण थोडीशी रिस्क आपण घेतो.
ओके थँक्यू मॅडम. थँक्यू.
चांगले डिस्कशन झालेले आतापर्यंत.
हॅलो.
अजून कोणी विचारत आहे? नवनाथ सर, वेलकम. शिंदे सर, प्लीज आस्क.
मॅडम NB शिंदे सर बोलतो संगमनेरवरून. माझा प्रश्न असा आहे की जे फायनान्शियल ट्रान्झॅक्शन करतो आपण मोबाईल किंवा मोबाईलने, तर ते बँकिंग ऍपने करणं चांगलं की UPI थर्ड पार्टी ऍपने करणं, आणि त्यातला सिक्युअर्ड कोणता आहे?
सर परत रिपीट करता तुम्ही?
आपण फायनान्शियल ट्रान्झॅक्शन करतो आपण किंवा जे मोबाईल बँकिंग करतो आपण, तर त्याच्यामध्ये मोबाईल बँकिंग साठी मोबाईल बँकचे ऍप आहेत, बरोबर? आणि थर्ड पार्टी ऍप आहेत UPI बेस्ड. तर सुरक्षित कोणता आहे? UPI बेस्ड आहे की मोबाईल बँकिंग? जे बँकिंगचे जे डेडिकेटेड ऍप आहेत ते सुरक्षित आहेत?
बोथ आर सिक्युअर्ड सर. पण
बोथ आर
आता
सिक्युअर्ड.
बोथ आर सिक्युअर्ड.
मग बँक गॅरंटी देत नाही जेव्हा UPI ने जेव्हा ट्रान्झॅक्शन होतं आणि त्याच्यामध्ये काही प्रॉब्लेम्स येतात तेव्हा बँक ते रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेत नाहीत.
बरोबर, रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी काय घेत नाही, कारण तुमच्या मोबाईलवरती काय व्हल्नरेबल असेल तर, म्हणजे त्याच्याने काही हॅक झालं तर ते बँकेने तर त्यांचे जे वेबसाईट आहे ती सिक्युअर केलेली आहे. म्हणजे नॉर्मल, आता आपण एक नॉर्मल पर्सन आहे, आपल्या मोबाईलवरती अटॅक करणारे लोक कमीच, पण वेबसाईट वरती अटॅक होऊ नये ह्यासाठी त्यांनी भरपूर खबरदारी घेतलेली असेल, किंवा आपल्या मोबाईल किंवा आपल्या पीसी पासून तर त्यांच्या सर्व्हर पर्यंत जे ट्रान्झॅक्शन होतं ते पण त्यांनी सिक्युअर केलेलं आहे. पण आपल्याच इकडे जर काही आपल्याच पीसी वरती किंवा आपल्याच मोबाईल वरती जर काही लूप होल असतील तर काही झालं तर ते जबाबदारी घेणार नाही असे, पण त्यांची सिस्टीम सिक्युअर्ड आहे असे. पण कसं आहे, आता मी म्हणते सिक्युअर्ड आहे, आता एचडीएफसी बँकेची सिस्टीम सिक्युअर्ड आहे, मी रोज वापरते, काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. पण उद्याच सांगता येत नाही. उद्या जर आता जसं आता मी नॉट पेटी अटॅक सांगितला, तो कुणालाच वाटलं नव्हतं की तो तसं काही होईल म्हणून. अजून नवीन नवीन काय होईल ना हे कुणालाच काही माहित नसतं. झिरो डे अटॅक म्हणतो आपण त्याला, की आज आहे ठीक आहे सिक्युअर्ड आहे, उद्या सिक्युअर्ड की नाही हे नाही म्हणता येणार. पण त्याचा अर्थ असं नाही की आपण पूर्ण थांबू शकतो, नाही थांबू शकत. आपण नेट बँकिंग आपल्याला करावंच लागतं, फक्त आपण जे सिक्युरिटी मेजर्स आहे ना ते करू शकतो. जसं आता सगळेच जण ते करतात, ज्या अकाउंटला जीपे अकाउंट आपण केलेलं आहे त्याच्यात आपण एक लिमिटेड अमाऊंट ठेवतो, किंवा आपण एक असं अकाउंट ठेवतो की ज्याच्यात आपली मोठी अमाऊंट आपण ठेवू शकतो. हे नॉर्मल.
मला तेच म्हणायचं आहे की ज्यासाठी आपण फोन पे किंवा थर्ड पार्टी पेमेंट ऍप वापरतो, युपीआय ला आपण ज्याला युपीआय ऍड्रेस तयार केलेला आहे त्याच्यामध्ये कमी अमाऊंट ठेवतो आपण, थर्ड पार्टी ऍप वापरतो, त्याचा फोन नंबर सुद्धा वेगळा ठेवतो. मग याचा अर्थ असा होतो की युपीआय बेस्ड जे ऍप आहेत ते एकतर ते थर्ड पार्टी ऍप असल्यामुळे ते सर्व बँकिंगचा डेटा एका फोन नंबरवरून फेच करतात, बरोबर. मग जर समजा असं केलं तर ज्या बँकेमध्ये समजा जास्त पैसे आहेत तर त्याच्यासाठी फक्त मोबाईल बँकिंग ऍप वापरलं, म्हणजे त्यांचं जे डेडिकेटेड ऍप डेव्हलप केलेलं आहे तेच वापरायचं, आणि युपीआय साठी दुसरा नंबर देऊन डेटा फेच झाला नाही पाहिजे. म्हणजे मला हे म्हणायचं की एकाच व्यक्तीचा अनेक बँकांचा डेटा एका मोबाईल नंबरवर फेच झाला नाही पाहिजे, तर त्याच्यासाठी सुरक्षित म्हणून डेडिकेटेड मोबाईल बँक ऍप
कॉमन मॅन आपण करतो. पण याच्यात हा प्रॉब्लेम काय येऊ शकतो असं ते विचार केला ना, ते युपीआय आपण खूप आधी भाजीवाल्याला पण आपण पेमेंट करतो, आपण कुठे पण पेमेंट जीपेने करतो, पण तुम्हाला अगदी सगळेच रिलायबल आहे. एखादा जर आपण एखाद्याला पेमेंट केलं आणि एखादा जर असा असेल की तो ते डेटा घेऊन काही नवीन अल्गोरिदम अप्लाय करून तो जर आपलं अकाउंट हॅक करणार असेल तर म्हणजे हे सुद्धा गोष्ट आपल्या डोक्यात ठेवावं लागते की पुढे जाऊन त्यांनी नवीन काहीतरी हे करून अटॅक, आता तर सिक्युअर्ड आहे नो डाऊट, पण पुढे जाऊन कुणीतरी त्याचा मिसयूज नको करायला. कारण आपण ब्लाइंडली सगळ्यांना जीपे करत असतो, म्हणजे अगदी 10 रुपयाचा असू दे किंवा 1000 रुपयाचा असू दे किंवा म्हणजे 50,000चा जरी असेल तरी आपण जीपेनी पेमेंट करतोय. तर ते कुणावर ते किती विश्वास आपण सगळ्यांनाच करतो, आपण कुणाला व्हेरीफाय नाही करत ना. जर एखाद्या व्यक्तीने ते युज केला, आपण जर आपले सगळे बँक डिटेल त्याला जर रिट्राईव्ह करता आले आणि त्याने जर युज केलं तर ते जर तरच्या गोष्टी आहेत त्या, म्हणजे पुढे झालेलं नाही आता, पण ते जर झालं तर त्यासाठी बेटर सेफ वे की कमी अमाऊंटचं अकाउंट आपण जीपेला वापरतो.
आणखी एक प्रश्न होता मॅडम माझा.
हा सर.
गुगलकडे सर्व डेटा आहे आणि जसं तुम्ही म्हणता की एका टॅब मधून दुसऱ्या टॅब मध्ये डेटा जातो, त्यावेळी आपण लॉग इन असतो आणि आपलं गुगल अकाउंटला लॉग इन असतो आपण. तर माझा असा प्रश्न आहे की जर समजा हे जे काही जिथे जिथे महत्वाचा म्हणजे महत्वाच्या ठिकाणी बँकिंग असेल किंवा कुठे डिजी लॉकर असेल किंवा कुठे तर अशा ठिकाणी गुगलचंच मेल आयडी वापरला पाहिजे का? त्याच्यापेक्षा सुरक्षित याहू किंवा रेडिफचे जर मेल आयडी दिले, समजा LIC आहे किंवा कुठे, तर ते जास्त सुरक्षित आहेत का गुगलचाच मेल आयडी सुरक्षित आहे?
गुगल आता फॅसिलिटी भरपूर देतं आपल्याला, म्हणजे तुम्ही बघितलं असेल जे पूर्वी नव्हतं किंवा याहू मेल मध्ये नाहीये किंवा रेडिफ मेल मध्ये पण नाहीये, अशा फॅसिलिटीज भरपूर गुगल देते आपल्याला, म्हणून ते म्हणजे वेल नोन झाल्याने सगळेजण युज करते. त्याचा अर्थ असं नाही की याहू किंवा रेडिफ मेल सिक्युअर नाहीये, ते सुद्धा सिक्युरिटी रिलेटेड बघितलं तर दे आर ऍट सेम प्लॅटफॉर्म. फक्त गुगल जे आहे ते अजून बरेचसे काही फॅसिलिटी देतात आपल्याला, क्लासरूम आहे, गुगल मीट आहे किंवा बरेच काही फॅसिलिटी ते देत आहे, ड्राईव्ह आहे गुगल ड्राईव्ह, That is the only reason because of what they're famous. पण याचा अर्थ असं नाही की ते बाकीचे नॉन सिक्युअर आहे, इवन दे आर सिक्युअर. तुम्ही देऊ शकता, तो प्रॉब्लेम नाही आहे.
ओके, थँक्यू मॅडम.
Thank you everyone. There is a good interaction between the resource person and all our respected participants. I hope the QA session, if there are no queries from anybody, I would now conclude with the permission of participants and with the permission of Honorable Dr. Jyoti Rao ma'am. Industry 4.0 is all about digitization, digital manufacturing, smart manufacturing, smart industry, collaborative technologies and interconnectivity. And therefore, cyber security is very, very crucial for this fourth industrial revolution era. Respected ma'am, I am very grateful on behalf of the Institute and organizing committee for beautifully presenting the perspective, the macroscopic view and the microscopic view of this complicated topic, and the involvement of all our participants in question answer session also shows that you have generated a lot of interest in this subject. On behalf of our committee, I express sincere gratitude towards you for conducting this session. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Sir, is it possible for you to give me the snapshot of this presentation?
Yeah. We will provide you the recording as well.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, that will be great.
Yeah, we have the recording of the entire session. Yeah. In a couple of days, I shall send you, or it may be even tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am, once again, and thank you all participants. May I just inform? Yeah. May I inform all the participants that tomorrow is the last day of this great faculty development program, and tomorrow morning the first session would be conducted by Honorable Dr. Sarang Joshi sir of Pune Institute of Computer Technology. The topic is Industry 4.0, inception, conception, and perception. So a very holistic view would be presented on the last day, and that would be followed by Honorable Shri Aniruddha Punde, who would be joining from Bangalore. He is Operations Director of Filtrex Technologies, which manufacture the carbon filters for various water purifier manufacturing companies. So he would be speaking on manufacturing excellence. But there will not be, it will not, tomorrow will not be heavily loaded, being the last day. The initial session of Professor Sarang Joshi would be about 50 minutes. And then Honorable Aniruddha Punde sir would take a session of about 1 hour. But after that, kindly please everyone, I would request to everyone, please do join the valedictory function, the time given by our Honorable Joint Director of Aurangabad region. He has agreed to join at 2:30 PM. So त्यात जर काही अर्धा 15-20 मिनिटाचा काही बदल जर झाला तर मी आपल्याला ग्रुपवरती त्याची सूचना देईल. तर इथे आपण सेशन संपवूया. उद्या सगळ्यांनी कृपया पहिलं सेशन आणि दुसरं सेशन अटेंड करावं. त्याचबरोबर व्हॅलिडिटरी सेशन सुद्धा अर्ध्या तासाचंच राहील. 3 वाजता आपण सगळेजण फ्री होऊ. सगळ्यांना पुनश्च एकदा धन्यवाद. ऑनरेबल प्राध्यापक ज्योती मॅम यांना सुद्धा पुन्हा एकदा धन्यवाद देतो आणि आपण हे सेशन एंड करूया.
आणि मला एक सांगायचंय सर, उद्याच्या फायनल एक्झामसाठी जी क्वेश्चन बँक आहे ती सुद्धा आपण आज ग्रुपवर टाकणार आहोत. सगळ्यांनी क्वेश्चन बँक रेफर करायची आणि उद्याची जी फायनल एक्झाम आहे 6 दिवसाचे क्वेश्चन्स त्यात असणार आहेत 50. तर ते आपल्याला सॉल्व करून व्यवस्थित स्कोर आणायचा आहे आपला. सो रेफर द लर्निंग मटेरियल क्वेश्चन बँक सो दॅट यू कॅन excel more in this program.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That is so nice of you, Kulkarni sir, for giving this information. Kulkarni sir and Dr. Chaudhary sir has compiled that question bank. So thanks to these two pillars of our training program. Thank you.